Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to make this a very long episode of the podcast. I was going to have a WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain video set for today, but with things been at work, things had to be pushed back a little bit, so I'm going to eventually get to that. But the news is broken as of today. Hopefully I'm releasing this as the day of recording, that Maffew of Botchamania has had his channel terminated on YouTube, most likely because of AEW. Now, we all know what's been going on over the last handful of months or so, or however long it's been, where AEW has just suddenly decided, we're going to start striking people, like, we're going to open the forbidden door and just strike. It's getting crazy here. Now, I can understand Tony Khan's side of thing about protecting copyright for intellectual property, but there's also the side where people have the right to use the content under fair use. Like if they're taking some images, maybe some clips from time to time, use it as a visual aid, like let's say they're critiquing your overall product or reviewing a show. People have the right to use the material by fair use, like standards here in the United States when it comes to copyrighted material. Like, for example, like when I review a WWE show, if you've seen the playlist for WWE video reviews, I put in clips, like video clips there, to help illustrate as a visual form of visual aid for my reviews when I'm discussing something. So like if I'm reviewing, let's say, the main event from Backlash 2000, I can sprinkle in video clips there to illustrate visually what I'm discussing. That's what people are allowed to do on social media, or like with YouTube and everything, as long as they're not using too much, so that people still have a reason to find the original content. But with AEW, this is honestly getting horrifying, because you have people getting content ID claims, which means they can't earn any ad revenue off of the videos that are being manually claimed by AEW, and people are just getting flat out strikes. Whether, like I said, with Botchamania, for like the Botchamania episodes that are going on, you have people reviewing the shows. I believe some people have been getting strikes for even reacting to the trailer for the upcoming AEW video game whenever that comes around. And this is honestly getting horrifying, because this is now about the third wave of what I refer to as a copyright Armageddon involving wrestling content here on this website. We went through it back in fall of 2012 with WWE content. That's how I lost 4 channels in 6 months. We went through it with the mass hysteria of marks and enforcement last year, and now AEW is suddenly doing this. And I know Tony Khan has had a verbal exchange, or at least a Twitter exchange, with Girl on Cinema, because she was one of the first ones, at least to my knowledge. If there are others, then I apologize. I do not know of any others yet. But I know, like, her story was brought to the forefront, and I know Disco Inferno and Conan brought that up in a clip on their YouTube channel involving their podcast, where they mentioned that, hey, something's going on with AEW and all these strikes and everything. And something, I wish Tony Khan would listen and realize that you have to, if somebody's using clips, like some clips or some still images for review, you can't give a strike for that, because from what I recall, within U.S. law, you have to, when you're looking at a piece of work, you have to make sure that it is abiding by fair use. Like, you have to make sure that when you're inspecting the content that, hey, this does look like it abides by fair use, instead of just a blatant ripoff of copyright, like copyright infringement. So, this is troubling. Like, this is not making AEW look good in the eyes of the viewers, unless you have the diehard fans that are going to stick with the company no matter what. But this is not good in the eyes of the casual fans who are looking at this company and realizing that they're just taking channels down left and right for whatever reason. Like, if there was some kind of press release made by AEW saying, hey, this is coming, this is why, or at least give people warning saying, hey, you have until this day to start taking down content or anything, then it'll be understandable. People like have a bit of a fair warning at a time. But like I said, this is just happening in droves, and it is honestly scary. Like, for me, I think this is one of the few reasons why I don't do anything involving AEW content, because A, I don't tune in, and B, because of course you got the stuff that eventually goes on because of all this. I mean, I've already had copyright trouble because of last year. We all know that story. So, I don't know what is going on. Like, I don't know if any other channel has been terminated because of AEW. I mean, I know Girl on Cinema sent another tweet just saying, thanks, Tony Khan. I don't know if she got taken out. In fact, let me check while I'm recording this. Let me see. Okay, no, her channel is still up, but I know she's been vocal about it. Like, this... So, I wish somebody could talk, like... I know Maffew said he was talking to somebody involved in their team or whatever that's issuing these strikes and hopefully getting these resolved. And I think Maffew said these were getting resolved as of maybe a few days ago. But it doesn't seem like it if his channel's suddenly down. And like I said, I don't know if anybody else has been taken down. Another channel I'm worried about right now, Wrestling Blitz, where some of you may remember as BDWJ, who did all these amazing montage videos and everything with all these different companies like WWE, New Japan, TNA, etc., etc. It's starting to give me concern about his channel too, because he's had to stop completely using WWE content because of what happened last year, but he has AEW content kind of sprinkled in. It's starting to make me worry that something's going to happen to him too. Like, I know he's lost a lot of channels too, and this would be disheartening again because, like, everything that happened last year with Markskin Enforcement has demotivated so many people from uploading content. This is going to demotivate people as well because, really, like, are we ever going to be able to cover any companies without having a fear for our channels anymore? Because, like I said, everywhere you look, it seems like everybody's getting taken down and strikes are being issued. People should not have to worry about having their channels taken down because, again, with the way the copyright system has been with YouTube, I believe, what was his name? It's like the Syndicate or something like that, Syndicate or something like that. He's got a video talking about fair use and copyright on here, and it seems like the whole rules with YouTube is instead of way the law is with innocent to proven guilty, here it's guilty to prove innocent. You're hit, and then you have to fight to prove your innocence afterwards. Because it's like, oh, strike, you have to prove it. Like, no, here's my counter argument. So it's like shoot first, ask questions later of sorts. So hopefully things are going to get reversed soon, but like hopefully AEW is going to change something because, again, this is not going to make the company look good in the eyes of the fans if they're just taking people down all over the place for various reasons. And like I said, now Botchamania is gone. You know, I don't know if Maffew's got his videos backed up or anything. I know there are torrents, like on XWT, where people have got like packages and like re-uploads of the Botchamania episodes, so maybe people can get those backed up. But this is not fun to see or hear about at all, folks. Hopefully Maffew's all right. When I last checked Twitter, he was not tweeting around the time this happened, but this is just a harsh blow to the community. But anyway, that's going to cut it for this podcast episode, folks. Hopefully, if you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe with that bell on. Let me know what y'all think about this stuff going in the comment section below, because, again, this is getting crazy. Like, this is a third, what I like to refer to as a copyright Armageddon in the last 9 years. First of all, 2012, then last year, and now this. This is the type of stuff that makes people worried about their channels and if it's ever safe to do anything anymore. Because just about anything can get your videos or channel taken down here on YouTube. So anyway, thanks for watching or checking out the podcast episode, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, everybody.